I decided going to try to record another video here. A lot's happened since my last video. It's been quite a while actually, probably, I don't know, even a year maybe. Decided to finally get back into it, and I've been messing around here for a while and just got my OBS software troubleshot, figured out what was going on there. It was actually quite simple, and luckily they had a thing on fixing Minecraft not running, not picking up the video capture, so I got that all fixed. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, I decided to come back to it. I started a new game here in 121, using AI for some help. Pushed me toward 121. I grabbed Axiom, which has really been useful for moving stuff. Works okay with Project Red. I've had a few problems where the wires get cut when copying. It doesn't connect everything all the time, but it's kind of minor inconvenience at this point. Compared to what it can do, it's really awesome. I don't have to really mess around with structure blocks anymore. My computer's kind of screaming in the background here. My audio is probably not great, so that'll be something for future videos. I'm trying to get this more like a production type quality, where it'll be less fumbling around and more professional when I show these videos. But yeah, I'm starting to get somewhere with this. Really been a long time messing around a lot. I had done some memory before, and I had a working display, but it was really kind of archaic the way it worked. It didn't really use, because I wasn't using Project Red mod at the time. And now with Project Red, I have these wire bundles, and everything's just way better. Once I properly learned to use it, how to use it, I decided that was just the way to go, 100%. So yeah, I finally started doing that. I got rid of that bus design. It wasn't the way to go, because everything was passing straight down. I had to have everything in a straight line. It just didn't really make sense from a computer standpoint to do that, and also because chunks really are a thing here. I'll probably have to start using chunk loaders soon. I'm not really at that point yet, but I'm sure that's something I'll have to get figured out before too long. So really I've been just working on memory, and what I've got right now right here is these are, I took one of the cells out. It's kind of in progress, so one of the cells may not, it might work. Let's just go ahead and I can show this off. So nothing's on there right now. This is like a little 5x7 display area for my, what I call CG ROM, character generator ROM. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you'll see the character come out on the screen, which is really cool. So yeah, characters are stored in there, and then I got little light blocks to show. It consists of 3 cells of memory, so each 16 tall, 16 bits each. So it's 48 bits. Total is like 35 for the character pixel data. So that's what I got. Everything comes out on the white line. That's for data there. Well, 3 lines actually: white, magenta, and light blue for all the data connecting to each cell down there. And then the addressing line here is orange bundle. So yeah, when I go ahead and I do the orange one, I should get, no, I don't get B because it's not working at the moment. Let's see if anything else is working. Well, okay, so I broke everything else, but that was cool to show anyways. At least A is still working for now. These all do work. There is like B and C and D and all that, but they're just not all hooked up. The only difference I made here was, yeah, because I started making changes, and then I realized that probably the proper way is not even to do this, because I ran out of line. I'm just really quickly realizing that I'm running out of lines and stuff, a whole bunch of issues. So I finally got to the point where I was like, well, let me modify this, and then I came up with, like, started to change this to magenta and white, because, you know, obviously I just want to keep everything in line. Then I realized that's probably not the way to go either. I probably want to start figuring out how to use like a memory management unit, like a memory controller that will drive the address into each, and then I can keep everything at one wire like that. So I mean, it's really cool. So with these I already disabled, so I programmed them by using the orange line here, which steers the internal logic to either do a write or just a read operation, and then just by getting rid of that pin, I've effectively just turned it into ROM. So now when I send a command on it, it just it sees, oh, this is white, so it goes boom, comes in, pulls out, automatically pulls its data on these lines, and what you see is what you get. So it's pretty cool. These were hooked up, they are hooked up to whatever, so if I can find something here that's, it may not be, oh, you know what, probably, because, oh, there we go. So yeah, if you wanted to like put something else on your screen, you could do that, but right now, but it doesn't affect the actual lettering. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the CG-ROM. That's going to be my video RAM over there. So what I decided is I'm going to have a certain block of memory for this big display I'm trying to do. I'm using AI right now to help me figure out how to do it. We'll see if it's steering me in circles or if it's right. But originally, I had this wired up to control one small display, and that's probably what you're seeing out there now. I don't know. But yeah, it's not the way it was like this, and it just wasn't big enough of a display, so I like quadrupled the size. I mean, it might even be 8 times at this point. It's a lot. So this is going to be my whole display, hopefully, when all said and done. But in order to do that, I'm going to need to use multiplexing on this whole thing, and it's going to be crazy. So we'll see if I can do that or not, how that's going to work. I may need to change some stuff there, probably going to put transparent latches on the back, I think. I'm still trying to gather what AI is telling me and figure out how to design it and scaling it up. So I'm going to kind of work backwards and kind of work toward this, eventually get it scaled up to get this working. Yeah, so the VRAM will be right there. I'm going to modify that maybe a little bit to work specifically with that. Should just hold the data for that if I even need it. I may not even need it. We'll see. Based on the design, based on what AI is giving me. But at least I was able to use that RAM to figure out the ROM, modify that, go back and forth a few times on that. Here I was playing with, these are pretty cool because I just saw that it's a Project Red Illumination pack or whatever, the specific add-on for the Project Red mod gives you these illumination light bulbs and stuff, really cool bulbs and stuff. I'm so glad I downloaded that now. So if you go ahead and, like, let's say put some data on here, I disabled it for my clock, that's what I did. Yeah, so if you go ahead and put an orange line on this, let me see here if I can remember where I'm going, put an orange wire there. Let's just go ahead and attach that, and then there's a button. I need a button. One sec. Alright, so we'll drop that button on there, and let's put it next to it so it flags a symbol on there, and we'll get some craziness going on. It's sort of epileptic inducing. It was pretty cool. So I figured this would be cool for a monitor. I was starting to play around trying to get a 16 color display going there. So it's going to take some crazy wiring to figure all that out. So it's kind of in progress there, I should say. And yeah, so the rest of it is just, there. So it's kind of like my other level was in 1.19.2. It was getting crazy, and it's already getting crazy here, just doing what I'm doing, messing around, kind of jumping around a little bit. But I figured at this point now, I was just messing with displays and the Axiom mod, which is really cool, the one input, figuring out how that worked, which is, these bulbs are really cool since you can directly talk to one at a time now. I love that, compared to what I had before with the old bulbs in Minecraft. So yeah, I'm going to cut it here. I'll be showing more of these. I'm going to try to do more videos, like I said, going forward, and I'm really glad to have my OBS software working again, and looking forward to doing more of these videos, and hopefully you guys will find this enjoyable. Looking to get my processor and hopefully have a working computer here pretty soon. So yeah, definitely hope you guys come by, check out some more of my videos as I have them, and thanks for stopping by.